Hey everyone, welcome back. So I am doing a page based on a sketch from Heather's Crafty's Life Patreon group. So if you want to see the sketch or you want to be a part of that group, head on over to the Facebook page, I'm sorry, head on over to Heather's Patreon group, and I'll try to leave a link below. I'll also just leave a link to her Facebook, and you can probably ask her how to join. So I am doing a page from, not really from our Disney trip, but based on the ears. So I pulled out the Close to My Heart collection, and I think it's called Happiest Days. I showed you the collection. It's called The Happiest Place. And I have some of the paper, and I have a sticker sheet, and I have the acrylics, and that is what I'm using. The sketch called for kind of a big background and then some strips on the side, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And I am scrapbooking this picture of me in my Minnie Mouse ears that I got at Disney World. And basically, it's what I've done is I've just put the ears next to my computer, and when I'm in a bad mood, I put them on and I remind myself that there's joy in the world. And so this is just kind of me going through that sketch. The other thing that I wanted to kind of show you is you don't have to use a lot of pattern paper in a sketch or in a page. So I'm really just using some strips of pattern paper and mainly a solid cardstock background. I'm also using a really large photo. So don't get me wrong. The one of the beauties about using a large photo is that you don't have to worry about all of the white space. um, I am using, in addition to the Happiest Place Close to My Heart's collection, a couple of cards and a this sticker, or it's really not a sticker, it's a wood veneer piece from the Laugh collection, story collection from Allie Edwards. I used to subscribe to all of Allie Edwards stuff, the story collection, and I ended up getting so many, and I was so behind that I've actually stopped the ordering for the last, I don't know, 9 months or so. I may go back and start up again once I use some of it. I try to use it on pages. I'm not a pocket scrapper, so it's harder for me to get all the cards used up. But this is one of the cards that I really liked. It said just this with the cute little happy faces, and then the wood veneer says laugh. Um, I'm going to end up combining that with some other kind of speech bubbles that I find in another sticker sheet. So I'm combining a Magical Place by Echo Park stickers as well. I did not like having the full card there, so I ended up cutting it down. And then you're going to see what I do to play around with the rest of it. I decided I want to take this punch that I have, and I actually got it from one of my friends. She stopped scrapbooking but had a bunch of supplies, and this is one of the things she had. And I am going to start using that to just add some kind of hidden Mickeys around. Now, originally, I thought I wanted the title to be Magical Memories, just because, that's what the ears do. They kind of remind me of things. But in this acrylic shapes, they have the word magical, but not memories. Now, the word memories is in the sticker sheet, but it's really big. So I'm going to end up using the word magical and this cute little bow from the acrylics, and then I'm going to find some other things to do. I hope you guys have enjoyed kind of your beginning of the year and scrapbooking and those kinds of things. I think, one of the things that we've been doing lately here in and at the My Little Scrapbook Store page, that's where I'm a design team member, is trying to like get some more challenges and some more ideas up on the pages. So if there's something that you want to see or that you want to do, please make sure you let us know, because we're really trying to find ways to kind of engage more people in scrapbooking, and that's really what it's all about. So you see me adding some more strips. I'm just trying to get some more colors in here and some variation in sizes, just on the right hand side. Once again, not using a whole lot of different paper, not using a whole lot of pattern paper. And it's not that I don't want to waste it. I have more pattern paper than I will ever use in my entire life. We've talked about this before. But sometimes you don't want to overwhelm, and sometimes you want the picture to be the main focus. And obviously, this I printed the picture big. I want it to be the big focus. So now I have these old Page Evans stickers, and I have run out of ease. So I have been kind of creating ease everywhere with all kinds of different, letters. And so you're seeing just how I make the ease. I take an I and I cut it down using a craft knife to stick it on there. I just want to show this to you just so you remember to not waste letters that you love just because you've run out of core letters. So make new letters. E's are usually pretty easy to make, particularly capital E's, because they're just a bunch of straight lines. Other letters are harder. You can always make an A out of a V. Just remember that. You can always make M's and N's usually out of U's and V's. Sometimes, depending on the font, you can actually turn a Z and make an N. So there's lots of things you can do. So don't give up on some paper just because it happens to be, or not paper, some letters just because you happen to be running out of a certain letter. So now I had this, and this really, what I wanted to do was cut some Mickeys out of the edges and use this around the edges of my paper. And so I just use the little Mickey punch, and I'm going to both use the Mickeys that I do, and then I'm just going to fussy cut these circles out and put it on the page. And I really end up loving how that looks. I think it's fun. I think it's an interesting kind of dynamic. So think about ways you can use paper, even like this kind of pattern paper, in different ways. So you see these circles, you don't necessarily think, oh, I'm going to fussy cut these circles because they're just circles, right? But by fussy cutting the ones on the edges and putting the Mickeys in there, I kind of created a cool backdrop for that red paper that I wouldn't have had otherwise. I don't care for the back of that paper with the yellow circles. I know it's like Buzz Lightyear or Toy Story kind of blocks, but it's not my thing. Now, we do have, from when we went to Disney World, I do have a couple of pictures in Toy Story Land, so I would probably use that paper then. So I just push the picture in because what you're about to see is I push the paper up when I'm like moving. See right there, I hit the desk and it moved the camera. So I am sorry that a lot of what I'm going to do up there on the top of the page, you're not going to be able to see. And I don't realize it for about 5 minutes. Now you're watching all this on double speed. I wish I could tell you that I was that quick, but I'm not. So you're watching all this on double speed, but for about 5 minutes, and that's where I tell you, sorry, the paper went out of the screen. Um, and I'm just going through and putting stuff on top. And when you see the final page, you'll see where I put everything. But like I said, I'm adding the circles around the edges. I'm gluing the title down. It is going to say magical ears. I'm putting the journaling box up there so that I can kind of tell the story. Now, the one thing I don't have on here is a date. And I'm going to have to go figure out what the date of this was. And I'll probably add it either on the journal box or just on the side of the picture itself. I have the new large date stamp, so I'll probably just use that in black and put it kind of on the right of the picture where my door is. This is just a picture of me at my office, kind of in the room, so I do have that nice white space that the door makes. I did use the glue on the acrylic. Hopefully, it'll stay. Sometimes acrylic and wet glue don't have the best relationship, so we'll see how that works. And then you're seeing me kind of put down the word ears. So the title ends up being Happy Magical Ears because I'm going to use a sticker for the word happy. And I love that title and I love kind of how the whole thing works out. I'm using a pick there to try to make the ears, make the little pieces of the ears go in the right place. But you can't tell that I put that E together when you look at it, and it's not going to make any difference to anybody long term. So here you see me picking some of the other stickers off of this sticker sheet. I have not the whole collection of Magical Place, and I have different Disney collections that I've had throughout the years. Um, the collections that I have that are full are the new Doodlebug collection, and then this from Close to My Heart. So As I do my Disney pages over the next, I'm sure it'll take me 3 years. I'm sure by the time I finish my Disney pages, we'll be going back to Disney. I'll know it took me like 4 years to get through Ireland. And here's where I realize, and I move the camera back, so now you're back to normal. And now you can see all the stuff that I did up top of the page. So I have these Dottie About Flair that are also Disney themed, and I ended up just using one of them. I thought one was enough. There's enough other stuff going on in the rest of the scrapbook. I had some stars that I kind of sprinkled around, and then the last thing that I'm going to do is get some splatters and splatter both gold, and then do some white Nuvo drops around on the red to kind of, make it a little bit less plain. And you'll see that in just a second, and then you'll see it in the close-ups. But I appreciate you guys watching this. This is actually a flickering candle, the Mica Mist from Tim Holtz, and I think this was actually the Halloween release, but it's a really good gold. It dries with this really pretty kind of glitter gold look. And then I'm going to use the white Nuvo drops, really just kind of the boring ones. So thanks for watching. Please give me a like and a subscribe, and hopefully you will enjoy doing a few more 12 by 12 pages. And like I said, if you want to see the sketch this is based on, please head over to Heather's Crafty Life Scrapbook group over on Patreon. Thanks, everyone. Talk to you next time.